rusty helmet. Somebody probably lost it. A stone coffin, I'm thinking.
What are you doing?
I'm opening the coffin?
Have you ever heard of rest in peace?
What? When there could be something inside that's vital to our mission?
I just don't think this is right. Not one bit.
I can't get the lid open any further, but it's moved enough to see inside. Pretty damn dusty. There's not much left of the corpse. There's an arrowhead in here. Still looks pretty good. I'm gonna take that with me. There's something different about this tablet. There's only one of these reliefs here. A strange death's head with a huge mouth? No idea what that's supposed to be. 7 people standing around the place. Oh no, 3 of them are lying down. Are they sleeping or are they dead? A whole load of symbols. Fish, crown, no idea, bones, and so on. There are 6 long chains hanging against the wall, running from floor to ceiling, and then they disappear into holes. And there are some kind of capsules hanging on the chains. Ginormous statue of a guy with a sword, without a head. Could that be Mordred? Hieroglyphic after hieroglyphic, as far as the eye can see. Valentina.
Yes.
Looks like someone scratched their memoirs on the wall.
The hieroglyphics on the wall seem to be describing certain things which were dangerous for them back in those days.
Bread being important I can get. But a bone?
No, I don't mean each symbol on its own, but a row of symbols describes a person, for example.
So like bread would belong to a baker then?
Yes, but it can also describe other people. Bread was baked by bakers, sold by traders, and also then eaten at some point.
Does it say how you get the door open as well?
Right now, I don't see any connection.
A couple of sticks of dynamite could come in handy right now.
I doubt it. It has to be the case that only people of pure heart can go further down. Dynamite is a somewhat brutal option.
There's a weird disc thing lying among the bones.
That looks like a round shield a warrior might use.
Something sticking out of the dust. A piece of jewelry, shaped like a fish. There are only a few bones in here, nothing else. Now that's what I call a door. Solid stone with iron bands and 6 locks. Now that's what I call a door. Solid. I'm so close to where I want to be. Why should I turn around? Looks like an offering dish to me. Oops. There's a metal capsule hanging between the chain links. Huh. Is that a little door? Oh, it is a door. And inside the capsule there's a golden key. Or maybe just gilded. There's a rusty broken sword lying on the ground here. No idea how that could have got here.
Oh, forged by an expert hand. Simple, precise, and deadly.
Adrian, what have you got there?
Regrettable that the passing of time has taken its toll on such a fine weapon. It's no more than a rusty bar of steel. Yet the hilt has lasted well. I will.
Adrian,
What?
what's happening to you?
I've no idea. I must have blacked out. I'm back now. There's a small boat here. No idea how that works. Looks like some kind of a scale, and it's connected to these chains. Now, what should I weigh? Another gold key. I wouldn't know what I might ask her.
The hieroglyphics have lasted well. I wish I had time to examine them more closely. Perhaps when all of this is over. I've never seen a statue like that before. Could the Gortons have put it there? Or is it much older? This place would be an archaeologist's dream. That looks like a drawbridge mechanism, or something like that. A very strange depiction. What can it mean? Ah, I'm sure that represents the Black Mirror. The death's head is symbolic of death. 7 people, all a little different. Could they perhaps represent different societal groups from their time back then? 3 people are lying down, 4 are standing. In the middle, there's an altar chiseled in. I don't know all the symbols, but they seem to be describing something. At least it looks like they've been divided into 7 groups. Perhaps each of the symbol sequences describes one of the people on the upper half. I see. The Guardians seem to take their guardian duties very seriously. You're not going to get past this door all too easily. That's an offering dish. So this statue is probably a representation of a pre-Christian god.
It seems to continue here. Valentina, you coming?
Wait,
Yeah?
you see that there?
Yeah. Those aren't hieroglyphics.
That's Latin. Your ancestors must have written that.
And what does it say exactly?
A warning. Beware, guardians of the shades. They will take possession of your soul as soon as you venture into the dark.
Shades? Is that some kind of metaphor?
No, I don't think so. In the Book of Guardians, it said that Marcus had to battle through an army of shades that his brother had summoned out from the mirror.
Makes sense. First Mordred, now Shades. Well, my soul's not gonna get bored, that's for sure. This is one proper labyrinth. Where now? Straight ahead or to the right?
Did you see that? In the room ahead?
What is that?
No idea. But it's moving.
Is that one of those shades?
Whatever it is, we shouldn't get too close to it. Be a good idea to close the door.
Huh? How did you know that the switch was the right one?
I didn't. That's what you call putting your faith in God.
Dust, bones, and a crown. That has to be a king's grave.
Or a thief's, one that stole a king's crown.
Nothing. The coffin's empty. Ugh, the whole niche is full of human skulls. Well, not quite. Here's a bowl, rather nicely decorated. everywhere, these weird green lights. There's only dust in here. Oh, and a weird-shaped staff.
Looks like it could be like the ones that the bishops carry, or shepherds.
dish is hanging right in the middle. Looks like all of the capsules have gold keys in them. I've got no idea how many of them there are. I really ought to find out what's going on with all this stuff. Looks like all of the capsules have gold keys in them. I've got no idea how many of them there are. I really ought to find out what's going on with all this stuff. I'll try it in all the locks. Well, the key fits in all the holes, but it won't turn. I'll leave it here. I'll try it in all the locks. Well, the key fits in all the holes, but it won't turn. I'll leave it here. Now that's what I call a door. Now all the capsules are hanging level. Something tells me that the keys in there have to be the right one. The locks are all undone. We ought to be able to open the door now. Walls full of skulls. Who were these dead people and where are their bones? Did someone just take their heads? How come? And why are all the statues headless? Is there a connection? The closer we come to the truth, the more questions seem to come up. The guy with no head again. This time, times 4. Did somebody not like him all that much? Mordred, maybe? He went round with his sword going chop, chop, chop. That goes a hell of a long way down. This light reminds me of the cavern under the stone circle. Could there be a huge cave system under Willow Creek?
I think we've reached the chapel.
I almost feel like I've come home here.
No. This chapel was built by Marcus and Mordred. It was their last cooperative work. It really is a sacred place.
But Mordred used it for his own dark purposes.
I doubt that.
A skeleton.
Those are Maria's remains, Mordred's wife.
How do you know that?
That's a female skeleton. And you can see the sword tip in a ribcage. It broke off when Mordred murdered his wife.
You're right. No idea how deep the water is here, but I'm guessing that we're a long way below the water level. The purest preaching platform. But for what kind of an audience? Nobody was supposed to find their way here. Everything's very weird. This passage is full of rubble. A stone coffin with a skeleton in it.
If we were to believe the Book of the Guardians, that was once Mordred.
Hey Mordred, How does it feel to be looking into your own grave?
Huh, you two are getting closer. Please excuse me.
Mordred's grave. Mordred's grave. There's a whole bunch of hieroglyphics on the altar.
There's a sentence in Latin chiseled here. It means, at sunrise, the king sent his warriors into battle against the darkness. Unusual for an altar engraving.
Is that any use to us?
I don't know. Perhaps.
Wow.
We're definitely not in the catacombs anymore. This looks more like an alchemy laboratory.
I've been here before.
Mordred?
No, as a child. I've got a kind of faint memory of it.
Have a look around. Perhaps it'll come back to you more strongly.
Yeah. That's it. That's the hole that Angelina fell into as a child. I climbed in after her, but it's blocked up now. No wonder I couldn't find it up on the surface.
And how did you two get back out of there? Through the catacombs?
No. Bates. Oh, it was him. He got us out and then filled in the hole. But before that, we were at the portal. We were standing right in front of it. It's behind this door.
Had Angelina opened it?
I'm not sure anymore. That's a depiction of a soul key. Prima materia, planet metals, basilisk. Welcome to Discworld. So, how did Angelina just get in that time? That definitely must have looked nicer way back when, but it's very solidly built. If it had been damper down here, then the beams would have rotted away ages ago. Those are really nasty looking gargoyles. Worse than those fiendish things from the academy. There are water basins everywhere here. Mordred must have been a bit of a clean freak. Great. Even more tea kettles. Aw, Mordred's tea kettle. How cute. Ruler of the underworld or not, 5 o'clock was tea time. Oh, maybe there are some 800-year-old homemade cookies here, too. Whoa, a real witch's kitchen. Mordred would definitely have ended up being burned at the stake sooner or later. A lectern. What kind of a book is that? Monoculus pater omnis thelesmi tortius? Ugh, no idea. All in Latin.
These are the best blades in the land, forged by the most skillful of smiths. Much too good for those butchers that my brother calls soldiers.
Adrian, you're scaring me. Please, put that away.
And yet, they're nothing compared to my sword.
Adrian, stop it!
Huh? What?
It's all right. Everything's okay. Just put the sword down and then everything will be fine. From now on, we'll have to watch out you don't pick up a sword again, okay? You're not going to go near a sword again, Adrian. Do you understand? We don't want you having an accident or anything, do we?
Okay, Sister Valentina. Is there a reason you're talking to me like some kind of wacko?
None. Apart from the fact that you look like one and are behaving like one. Your eyes have turned black again, and you're fiddling about with a sword, and you're speaking like Mordred. Now then, please do us both a favor and keep your fingers away from sharp-edged weapons.
The book from the ritual chamber. No idea how I got this. But that doesn't matter anyway. Many pages are empty. Huh, there's a loose note at the last page. The ancients' graves are watched over by their shades. Their fate has been thus for thousands of years now, with no end ever envisaged. They were born in death, and it is death they wish to spread. The ancients forced them into our world. Thus, they don't belong here. They can be neither caught nor appeased. However, the light from the green flame unsettles them. It drives them into the darkness. One should not come too close to them there. Their power is old, very old.